And welcome back to the parking lot here at Southern Union State Community College in Opelika, Alabama. Dr. Don with you. And we are broadcasting live at the Tunnel to Towers Foundation 9/11 Never Forget Mobile Exhibit. And I have Mr. Billy Puckett with me here today. Billy is the manager of the museum and the exhibit, and also the ambassador of the Tunnel to Towers Foundation. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. It's nice to have you here with us. And I've just been overwhelmed so far this morning. I'm originally from this area, but I currently live in North Georgia, and we do weather coverage for East Alabama and West Georgia during severe weather. And I was invited, several months ago to come down and be a part of today's festivities. Got here early this morning before anybody else arrived and got to see the sunrise on your exhibit. And I got to tell you, that was the most peaceful, surreal 10 or 15 minutes I think I've ever had in my lifetime.
You know it is. It's just something about this exhibit that it has an aura around it.
That's the word I've been trying to find.
And it never fails. I've done over 400 of these stops, and everywhere we go, there's always something special that will happen. But just being around this alone sometimes, like after I set it up and people are dispersing that have helped me, and I'm inside cleaning, doing different things, I actually lock the doors so I can just be in there by myself.
Yeah.
And it brings reflection, but it also brings memories, and it also gives that my time with the guys.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
To know that they're watching down over us and they are appreciating what we're doing as much as we appreciate doing it.
Yeah, and the thing about it, not to take away what the original intent is of this exhibit and the museum, but when this all started, I don't think you guys maybe realized that it would still apply to events that would happen in the future. I mean, we're looking at what's going on in this country right now, and I made this statement just a few moments ago, and I don't mean any disrespect by what I'm about to say at all, none. This exhibit may be more important today than it was then.
I'm not going to disagree with you at all. This is our second version. We christened the first exhibit on September 11, 2013 at Fort Bragg. Mm-hmm. And we retired it the end of 23 and built this one. And traveling around the country and seeing the impact that the exhibit has, but also seeing the impact that the foundation has as well. And it's like in Auburn, we helped a police officer that unfortunately lost his life in the line of duty in 2019. And it's really amazing telling that story in here when I talk to people, and they go, well, we knew somebody helped them, we just didn't know who it was.
Right.
And when they find out it's us, they're even more appreciative. But the bond that happened on September 12th of 2001 was amazing. And everybody that does this exhibit, all the retired guys that join me, we have a bond. And it's really neat for people that come in the exhibit. We're giving our group tours through, and they see that bond between us. And we just hope that they understand that there's nothing political about this exhibit or the foundation whatsoever. You just want to do the right thing, and you want to help people, but you want to see that no matter which side of the fence you're on, you can care about each other.
Well, as Chief Duty and I were talking about this just a few moments ago, one of the things, the most amazing thing I think I've ever seen in my lifetime that came from September 11th, 2001 was the sense of love, brotherhood, and unity that followed almost immediately after we had time to understand what had just happened in New York. And this entire country was united as one, and it didn't matter the color of your skin, your religious belief, which side of the aisle you're on. And this is a reminder. I lived through it. You lived through it. This is a reminder of what this country can be.
Oh, exactly right. And I made the statement yesterday that right after 9/11, there was not an American flag available for purchase.
That's right.
And newspapers were printing flags in the center section of their papers so people could at least have something to put up in their windows. And it's really interesting. Traveling around the country, I was in Indianapolis years ago and met this gentleman and his young son. And his young son kept telling his dad, tell him about the flag game. And so he said they play a game. When they back out of their driveway, whether they're going to the firehouse, to school, or wherever they're going, they play the flag game and they count flags. And I decided that I was going to do that one day. I left Nyack, New York, and I was going to Iowa.
Mm-hmm.
And I just had a pad just laying there, and I just put a check mark. And I was really blown away at how many American flags that at that point, this was several years ago, that I actually got to see. But today, they're even double that.
Wow.
That are around.
That's cool.
And it's really neat for people to show their patriotism and not be afraid to say that I'm an American.
Correct.
And I want to do the right thing. It's kind of like the foundation. It started in 2002, and because of what Stephen Siller did that day, from running, through the Brooklyn Battery Tunnel to the site, meeting his squad, unfortunately losing his life, and that's with 60 pounds of gear on, running 3.5 miles, and then the foundation starting. And just the accomplishments over the years, the Fallen First Responder Program, paying mortgages for any first responder that loses their life in the line of duty, anywhere in the United States. And it's almost, I won't say it's instant, but it almost feels instant that it happens. Then we started building computerized homes for our catastrophically injured servicemen and women from Iraq and Afghanistan. And those homes are controlled by an iPad. And they can run their entire house from that iPad.
That's amazing.
And it's sad. We had over 400 young men and women return from Iraq and Afghanistan missing a single limb to the 4 surviving quadruple amputees. And Brendan Morocco was our very first home that we built in Staten Island. He is a quadruple amputee. However, several years ago, he has exploratory surgery, and he had arm transplants, and it's phenomenal.
That is amazing.
Our Gold Star program, we either pay off mortgages and or build homes for our Gold Star families. And the really interesting part about the homes we build, everyone that is a recipient, they choose their floor plan and they choose the location that it will be built as well.
Wow.
And all our programs are fantastic, but this one has been needed for decades, and it's our homeless veterans program. Right after the virus, started purchasing hotels that were closed, pennies on the dollar, remodeling them. Every room is turned into a mini apartment, and we have broken ground and building new facilities all over the country. Just opened the second location in Atlanta last week. And just in 2 years, we've taken over 10,000 homeless vets off the street.
That is phenomenal. I did not realize that.
Yes, that's been needed forever.
Yes, it has.
And it's not just a place to live, it is rehabilitation facilities. And we can cover any addiction, anything that's out there. We can handle that. And all that's done through the gracious donations of Americans across this country. Now, we do have, some sponsors that help us do a lot in building the homes, and it's great. But 93 cents of every dollar we collect go to those programs I mentioned.
And how does someone donate and become a part of that?
You can go to our website. It's the letter T, the number 2, the letter T.org. We have this little $11 a month program, and I never really talked about it that much. We've all been donating since that program began, and you really don't think of much about $11, but I really didn't realize how easy it was until I was in Iowa several years ago, and this 90-year-old vet, he said, you know, because I do the foundation room in the exhibit and talking about the foundation, what we do, and I finished the group. The gentleman raised his hand, and he said, young man, I'm going to teach you 3 things. Of course, coming from a veteran, I am ready. What are you going to tell me? And he said, first thing I'm going to teach you, if you're telling the truth, it's not bragging. The second thing, as long as you talk about all these people that lost their life that day and are still losing their life, they'll always be alive. He said, I'm a widower. I go to McDonald's every morning. I have 2 biscuits and a cup of coffee. It's $10.58. He said, I'm going to stay home one morning a month and have a bowl of cereal, and I'll give you $11.
Wow.
And I realized how easy it really is.
It is easy.
And it's not a huge sacrifice.
Right.
Because there's one thing about it. Without our veterans, we're not where we are today.
That's right.
And all the young men that we have given the computerized homes to, they're in their 20s and early 30s. And they signed on the line to dedicate their life and to give their life to protect us. This is the least we can do for them.
Absolutely, and I can assure you that before the day is done, you're going to have my $11 as well. It's just this whole experience for me today has just been, I wish I had the vocabulary to describe it to people that could understand what I'm trying to say, but I don't. So the next thing I can tell you is to get in the car and come here and see it for yourself, because I don't know that there are words to describe. This is just special.
It's neat. When people come in my room and I'm talking to them, the first thing I say, when you walk in that glass door right there, the first thing you do look down at the ramp to take you inside. But then you look up and you see the 11 truck panel that's there. And the next thing pops in your mind, I know where I was and what I was doing when this happened if you were alive. So it brings you back to that day. And, you know, it's not a bad thing to remember.
No, it's not.
Because if we don't keep history going, we all know it will repeat itself. And the pride that we all have, not only for the job, but for this foundation and for teaching. Yesterday, you know, we had school kids all day, same thing Monday and Tuesday, and they weren't alive. And it's up to us to pass along that history. And we have the greatest time doing that. We love meeting new people, and we're here today and tomorrow for the public only from 11 to 7, and then Monday and Tuesday for the public from 3 to 6. So please come see us.
Well, you've already got folks inside. The exhibit is officially open this morning, so I know you've got things you've got to tend to, but I want to thank you for taking just a few minutes to sit down and talk to us here on Dr. Don's Weather, and thank you for what you do and what you continue to do. And again, you got my $11. That'll happen before the day is over with.
But thank you, and we appreciate the support, and thank you for taking the time to let me talk to you and
Yes, sir.
and getting our message out. That's the biggest thing, is being able to reach people who know nothing about us.
Yep.
And you know, the one thing people will tell me, well, I've never heard about you, you know, and then they'll say, well, we've seen your commercials on TV, but they just don't connect it.
Yep.
Exactly. But
Yep.
come see us, and again, thank everyone for allowing us to be here. Of course, I don't know if Jim told you, but this is our first time in Alabama.
He did, and I didn't realize that the exhibit had never been to Alabama prior to Chief getting in touch with me and asking me if I would come down and broadcast. So that's just another reason why you need to be here. History's being made today, and it's been a long time and it hasn't been here. So we don't know when it's coming back, but it may be a long time before it ever makes it back to Alabama. So you got to take advantage of this and come by and see the exhibit today. I see a lot of folks here with their Auburn stuff on. Y'all picked the best side of the state to come to today, by the way.
Well, it's neat. The hotel we're staying at, the Auburn team was there last night.
Oh, wow.
And this morning I went to get a cup of coffee, and I'm walking back down the hall, and several of the players are around me. I start talking to them.
Yeah.
Man, what the nicest kids.
Yeah.
Now, the big kids.
Oh, yes, they are.
But they were extremely nice and pleasant, and they asked, what Tunnel to Tower is, and I told them, and their response was, "That's amazing, and thank you."
Yeah.
And
yeah, they were not here when it happened.
They weren't.
So that's cool. But
again, thank you. I appreciate you getting the word out for us.
Thank you, Billy.
Yes.
My pleasure,
Yes,
sir.
Absolutely.
Thank you for stopping by. Come by and hang out with us today. We're going to be here till I don't know when. I'm having a good time, so I'm going to stay for a long time and walk through the exhibit. It's not just a walkthrough. You're getting a tour. And Billy's going to be inside. We've got folks inside telling you all about it. They explain. You ask questions. There's no rush to get through. They love doing that. It shows because they take their time to make sure you understand what you're looking at inside the exhibit. And then, of course, you have the memorial walk that you can go out and take advantage of that. The Alabama Fire College has got an exhibit set up. We've got a big, huge tent, so you don't have to stand out in the sun. Weather could not be better. It is a gorgeous orange and blue day today, and we want you to either come by before the Auburn homecoming game or after the game. If you're not a football fan, the best time to come is during the ball game, because I have a sneaky feeling this place is going to be wrapped up as soon. I hope it's wrapped up at halftime, because by that point I hope the ball game's well in hand and folks come on out and start hanging and having a good time with us here on the campus of Southern Union State Community College as we broadcast live on Dr. Don's Weather.